Hi guys and welcome to a new episode of this channel. Today we'll be talking about seashores from the DK Eyewitness.
Eyewitness.
Okay, so let's get started. So, what is the seashore? Now, first of all, what is the sea? Well, you might think of this. Probably an ocean instead of a sea. Well, a sea, the difference between a sea and an ocean is that seas are smaller than the oceans, but part of the oceans. There is a Mediterranean Sea, the Caribbean Sea, all those types. And if you compare them to the oceans, the 5 oceans that we know, well, they're pretty small. So yeah, that's the difference between seas and oceans. Now there are lots and lots of animals living in the seashores. Like there are some things like lobsters, some Caribbean places like some crabs. Yes, of course, crabs. A hermit crab. Yes, there are some of these people inside there. And literally, there's so much about seashores. A lot of people even think of seashores as being pretty place on the origins of their love gods. Yes. Also, there is Aphrodite, which is the Greek goddess of love, who was born in a seashell in the sea. Or seashore, I guess you can call that. And was born in a seashell by the seashore. Yes. And that's a lot to take in, if you ask me. There's literally a lot of talkings and sayings about these seashores. And then all of these are pretty literally fake stuff that are in here. So a lot of people get confused with seashores from just an ocean. As I said earlier, I already told the differences between the seashores and an ocean. Second of all, there's a lot of distinguishing of little bit of differences and also sometimes some confusion of what animals live in the oceans and the seashores. Seashores get lots and lots of small marine animals, such as the fish types of some seashells. The people inside shells and a lot more. While the ocean holds more larger mammals, such as whales, vampire octopuses, yes, they do exist, and a lot more. And that's basically the difference between seashores. That's just basically about the seashores. The seashores have a lot of use with us. There are even some oysters that we can harvest in the seashore. And sometimes we can even use the seashore as a little bit of diving pool. And the seashore stuff, I'm not sure about what we will talk about but in the greatest sense that we can talk about it is that seashores are amazing. They might have a lot of things in common with us, but however, there is some uncommonalities of our seashores. And that's how literally everything is. We might not know all about seashores or even 95% of the oceans and seas. But however, we can still learn about the seashores. And that we can also learn more about them. And we can teach them something or add something to them. Probably not waste, but I guess that's pretty good. Not the waste part, okay? The sea has been a lot of dumps for decades. And even years. And also we have been putting trash in the sea for a lot of time. So I guess this was inside there. It got to be inside there. And it is like this. It's like surviving and taking care of the planet. Now, I think that the seas are living themselves. They're living their own lives. Why I'm saying they're living is because that water is the basis of all living creatures. And it's like the water is like living for these people. Us, for example. And also the seashore is a water body. So I guess a seashore is actually having their own lives as well, based on my conclusions, that is, and the Gaia hypothesis. And that's basically it for this episode. If you want to know more about these seashores, I want to recommend you the DK Eyewitness, or just search them online on any other tool you can use, or definitely use. So that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next episode. Shinhan out. Peace!